Get in, nerds. We are playing Victoria 3. We're still building up our barracks, but I think at this point we have the capacity to get started with all the delightful aggression that we want to do. So, I'm just going to go ahead and start with that. I want Potosi most. That'll give me a path through to South Brazil, and I do desire that. So, let's go ahead and grab it. They have refused. Nobody is shocked by this. Mobilize all of our armies. And we will go ahead and add... I could still get Amazonas, but I don't necessarily need Amazonas. Let's get Jujuy. And now we are going to get our armies over to the front. I'll put one over here. No, I'm going to put this one here and this one over here. I'm going to rely on our allies to guard their own fronts. We now have a shortage on engines. What are we using engines for? We have a railway? Who's got a railway? Do you have a railway? Did I somehow get a railway built? Did the private sector build a railway? It did. Alright. Well, we'll need to import some engines. We'll have to get them from France. Alright. Since the suffrage is in drafting, I'm feeling very confident with that. This army is... It's way over there. Let's actually put it on the other side, because force comparison here looks really solid. And our units are nearly at the front. And force comparison here looks excellent as well. So, I am not at all worried. We'll put our fleet over here, just to get what we want. Anyone interested in joining us? Not really. But no one's interested in fighting against us either. North Peru has declared neutrality. That's very good for us, actually. Please keep units on the front. That front. You want units there, please. Alright, well, we'll put this army over here. I see. So they were moving an army over there. They're trying to take out South Peru first, which makes sense. That's a sensible plan. I'm going to put the Imperial Army on defense, just to make sure that... Well, let's see how it changes the force comparison here on this front. Don't worry about it. It's still not great, but I'll be able to come in from the east. So I'm still feeling pretty confident overall in my ability to win this one. Finances are not the greatest, but I can definitely tolerate being a little down financially for a bit at this point. So I'm feeling pretty confident overall. I suspect South Peru will be out of this thing reasonably soon, but I might be able to get everything I need before they actually fail. So let's get started here. There's a war in South Australia. Let's hope that I don't get messed up completely by front chicanery. They are actually winning against us, despite the fact that we're on defense with better armies, but I'm hoping we're able to get where we need to go. And we do have a battle going over here. It looks like we are winning. At least I'm hoping we're winning. Yeah, we're definitely winning. Our armies look better than theirs. We got a guy with a really cool hat over here. Ooh. We have a protectionist agitating in the country. That's fun. Oh my goodness. Front chicanery. Alright, I'm going to put this army... Alright, that army is actually on its way there. So that's good. The enemy is experiencing massive occupation of this area, so I'm just going to move this army back out over to back to Brazil, and Complete advance. Oh, we're having a problem with... That's not great. That's not great at all. Let's quickly build ourselves a few, few more barracks. And we're in voting for this, which is wonderful. I'm actually really pleased. We've completed some front chicanery once again and gotten a ton of occupation. I'm hoping that gets us where we need to be. This army is on its way back? Yeah. Well, front chicanery being what it is, we're actually losing this battle, but it's an offensive battle for us, so I don't think we'll lose territory. And this army is about to be here. Force comparison's looking a lot better. So I'm hoping we don't lose too much occupation. And again, this army is about to be in the area. Contagious Diseases Act. Again, I'm going to say these laws are inhumane. This is going to make the Catholic Church even madder, but I don't care. We support sex workers in this Brazil. And go ahead and hit conquer for both of these. They'll be willing to surrender both of these locations within just a few weeks, assuming the front chicanery isn't too terrible, which I'm hoping it isn't. So we'll kind of see how things go. Once this army is on the front, we'll be able to get everything we could desire to get. Oh, actually, they're willing to accept it now. Propose. Perfect. So that lets us have a path through to our puppet state over there. I'm going to go ahead and get these territories started on incorporating. And that's a stronger Brazil, friends. Now, Venezuela needs to be in Brazil. So, I don't actually... Oh, that's right. That's right. This is not a land front. I can't conquer here directly. I will need to naval invade them. So in order to make that happen, I'm actually going to just need a significantly stronger naval presence, or to take much of the middle of New Granada. I can't turn them into a protectorate. I can't conquer stuff now. Why? Because relations are good. Alright, so... But if I did, how much infamy would it be? Only 7.4. Antioquia, 18.1 for Antioquia. But this is Antioquia. So if I would need New Granada and Amazonas and Guaviare. Guaviare would be 8.9. Amazonas would be 3.1. So if I damaged relations, I could get there. Nevertheless, I might actually go for a protectorate more than anything else. Losing power rank. You know, we're a major power now. Wait, actually, this is an interesting situation. Well, I can't make them protectorate right now because it's going to put me over on power. So we'll hold our horses. We'll chill. We'll relax. We'll try not to. We'll not make a problem for the moment, and we'll focus on other things. I could make North Peru into a protectorate. That would be nice. What about Chile? I could, but Chile's got a pretty substantial army at this point. I would not love fighting Chile. Let's continue to improve relations with them, get them back up. In fact, we are cordial with a lot of these places because we just created a huge diplomatic incident by waging an aggressive war. So, you know, we'll keep things chill. French-British rivalry ended. That doesn't sound very realistic. So here's our fertilizer plants getting built. And let me see. Let me make sure our armies are good to go, first of all. Okay, Ejército do Sol is, again, really, really low on manpower. I don't know. I don't know how to address that issue. And then... Hey, there's census suffrage. Perfect. And the path to liberalism has been completed. So, How's it look? Oh, that gives us a righteous government. Wonderful. Freedom, equality, and brotherhood. The intelligentsia, under the leadership of Louise Labatut, has ushered in an era of liberal politics that promises a freer society where all citizens have a part in the political process. You will find many ideologues who claim to represent the will of the people, but who silence its voice when it cries out in opposition to their policies. Not we. We will remove the people's shackles one by one until they're freed of the yoke of the past. Only then can we see the will of what the will of the people truly is, and let it shape the future. He's a fearless visionary, extra popularity. Our political leaders will be wise to follow that trend. Fernando Peixoto becomes a radical. That doesn't help me. He's the trade unions. Perhaps a voice of reason is needed. Santos Barreto, the leader of the armed forces, becomes a reformer. He's currently a royalist. I'm going to just say he's a fearless visionary. Liberal trailblazer. And he is a jingoist. Interesting. Well, what can I get out of that? Go to no home affairs. Oh, I don't have... Oh, I need to go to... I need to get rid of assembly before I can get... guaranteed liberties. That's interesting. I do have the capacity to go to frontier colonization. If I do colonial resettlement, that'll let me resettle overseas, which would be interesting. Brazil can into Africa. You know, nobody's really been doing that much colonization, but I'm afraid that if I try to get into the colonization game, what'll happen is I won't be able to get quinine in time. But I've already got pharmaceuticals spreading to me, so I could make a priority of that. On the other hand, my market really needs better extraction in order to keep my economy growing. So, you know, it's a little difficult. Let's go ahead and drop taxes back down. It's a little difficult to figure out what I really want out of this. In any case, one thing I definitely want is to have a stronger navy. So let's go ahead and build a stronger navy. I definitely need more man-o-wars, that's for sure. So, let's see. And that'll also let me keep my status as major power, hopefully. If I can continue to build up that. So, we'll put all those back here. Why does Mato Grosso have... they got rainforests as well. Well, that makes sense. I do want to do more aggression, but for the moment, it's just hard, because... You know, I get these armies that don't really have all their manpower, and it's kind of hard to tell why. I'm sure they'll get themselves sorted out in good time. But of course I need to handle this market. This market's in a real rough place. So let's go ahead and... Oh, right. I need to standardize my production methods in the territories that I conquered. And interesting. These places are actually low on market access, which is not ideal. But that's mostly due to the turmoil, which will go down over time. And what about you? Yeah, same deal. That's okay, though. I can live with that. So, let's go ahead and go to increased wool gathering. That'll give me extra fertilizer. And we'll use that fertilizer to, not this, to do soil enriching farming in the rice farms. We are in a fertilizer shortage, but that should stabilize. Chile is damaging relations. Well, Chile, why would you damage relations with me? It's future protectorate move, TBH. I'm building my own fertilizer. You don't know what's going on with me, bro. Why are y'all not producing the amount of fertilizer you're supposed to be producing? It's very, very profitable for you to do this, guys. Maybe I'll put these back producing sheep, because being a sheep ranch, because I guess we're gonna get all of our fertilizer from fertilizer plants or something. I don't know. It's weird. We'll keep them on there while we've got the shortage, and then flip them back over to sheep ranching once we've got our fertilizer plant built. I'm disappointed. I really thought that was going to work things out. Or at least help work things out. It says they're going to be less profitable doing this, though. Well, none of them can frickin' hire. Well, see, now they're even less profitable. Alright, we're going to keep them doing what they were doing. Hopefully that'll sort it out. And now we should be having enough fertilizer to do everything we wish to do. No, because the fertilizer plant can't hire. Why? Why are you having a hard time? You're hiring. You're hiring the bejesus out of things. We have people seeking employment in Rio de Janeiro. So why are you having such a hard time getting the employees you need? We've got universities producing the certifications necessary. Okay, here we go. They're going up now. I guess hiring just takes a lot more time in the current build of the game than it used to. I think that might actually be what's going on. I'm just used to them getting, 10% of their workforce, of their necessary workforces every week, and they're just not doing that because you can't really have that anymore. Oh, I can get some sulfite piping stuff. Well, we gotta get some sulfur from somewhere. Let's get it from Britain. Again, if South Peru could go ahead and just continue to build up sulfur mines, that's going to be easier in the new patch. We're going to be doing a lot better with that in the new patch. I don't know why the private sector is making paper mills when we're... Well, I mean, I know why, because it's technically profitable. Alright, let's bring some more... Oh, why can't we bring in more ammunition from various areas? Gosh darn it. This is why we need autarky from an ammunition perspective. And to achieve that, we need to have a bunch of stuff already built, and it's a real, real headache. So once we get this steel mill built, we're going to start flipping tooling workshops over to making steel tools, and that's going to produce a bunch more tools. And what that's going to do is that's going to support our, among many other things, our flipping over to water tube boiler in our main in our mines, which is going to help our economy a lot. Particularly this iron line item here. So that's kind of the extent of our development plan for now. There's crystal glass, that's nice. We don't have philosophy department unlocked because we don't have dialectics unlocked. Ooh, I should really work on getting dialectics. I think that's going to be next, because we need to have our universities outputting more innovation. Our innovation cap is 92. It's pretty alright, actually, and we could definitely stand to have more of it. Partisan papers. Party-affiliated newspapers have been proliferating during this election season. Publications associated with the Conservative Party have been particularly effective in spreading the party line. Read all about it. Honest politicians attacked by shameless cowards. Leading candidate for office issues heartwarming appeal to the common man's heart. Man on campaign trail gets a puppy. Read all about it. The Conservative Party has used the papers brilliantly. 10% momentum. Newspaper circulation is through the roof. This is a boon for publishers, paper mills throughput, or it is in the state's interest to promote the truth. Extra momentum for the Conservative Party. Hold on. The Conservative Party aren't in the government. Oh, they are. but only for now. Because once they're out, that will mean a much more righteous government. So, I'm just going to go with the paper mills throughput, because I don't want to give them momentum when I'm about to put them out of the government. How's the election looking? The Liberal Party is slated to get 84% of the votes, and I'm pretty excited about that. I would love to have a stronger Liberal Party, because that'll mean a more legitimate government. Friends abroad. While campaigning for additional support, Gaspar Rondon pointed to Sweden as an example of how the Free Trade Party would strengthen foreign ties. The essence of trade is simple. One party has something the other party needs, we'll give it to, and we'll give it on the basis of mutual exchange. Most commonly, a book for a book, a meal for a meal, a favor for a favor. Less commonly, and arguably more perilous, is the trade by which nations make human life for material wealth, otherwise known as economics. We welcome our friends from Sweden. Extra momentum for the free traders. Relations improve. He must have a factory there. Reduce momentum for the free traders. But he gets popularity. Or if Ronan loves Sweden so much he should live there, 70% chance relations deteriorate and the industrialists get mad. 20% chance of 20% momentum. 10% chance if he gets political martyr permanently and is exiled. Interesting. I'm just going to say we welcome our friends. Extra momentum for the Free Trade Party is not a problem for our current build. I'm pretty confident in our abilities overall on that front. These explosives factories and munitions plants are very expensive, but once they're built, it's going to be a huge boon for our economy in terms of our ability to wage the wars we need to wage without needing to rely on foreign powers, a thing that is not a great thing to be doing. Oh, I got the sweeteners method and I didn't even realize. We're going to have so much groceries, y'all. And there's the election results. Hold on. Groceries. We've got a lot of groceries. Who can we sell groceries to? America. We'll sell our groceries to America. Alright, so. The Conservative Party are now out. And I could boot out the Industrialists as well, but we're having a righteous government with them in here. So I'm going to do that. Landowners are still suppressed, intelligentsia are still buffed, and we've got a righteous government, so I'm feeling pretty happy. We can increase taxes again a little bit. I think that'll make things very, very good overall. So there's the explosives factory built. In the short term, we can sell... I can't sell explosives because they're not doing stuff yet. But once we've got nitro... Well, we're not going to have nitro for a while. Alright, so that explosives factory is not going to be able to operate for some time, but it's fine. If I'd been real retentive about it, I would have, swapped them back and forth so that they could operate together, but I'm not. I ain't about that. So, it is what it is. We're nearly down in infamy, which means I think we can go ahead and get a little bit more aggressive. What if we annexed South Peru? That would cost 3.5 infamy, and I think that's worth it. Let's do it. They might accept. They accepted. Brilliant. So, we'll go ahead and reset our production methods there. And get them started on being incorporated. It's going to cost all of the bureaucracy that we built up, but that's okay. Real difficult infrastructure situation in these areas, but we're now producing our own sulfur. So I think we don't need to import sulfur anymore. We still do. Hold on. We'll swap these over to Atmo pump engine. We'll cancel one of our sulfur import routes. And that means... Alright. The mines are maxing out. Where they should be. Alright, now they're not hiring anymore. Alright, so we will... Well, hold on. We only have one level of sulfur mines, so we're not independent from a sulfur perspective yet. So I think we are going to still import, and that's going to make these mines unproductive. But that's all right. That's all right. We can definitely tolerate that. Munitions plants cost sulfur, right? Or do they just cost explosives and lead? Oh my gosh, please tell me we have lead mines. We don't. Ugh. But we have a place we can build them. Man, resource independence is it's a struggle, friends. But if you can achieve this kind of autarky, you can really, really do everything you could possibly wish to do. So that was a little infamy, but not too much. Thinking about going after North Peru right now. 6.3 infamy. I think I could do it. The temptation is extremely strong. Let me see. If I took Lima, the state, that's their capital. If I just conquered it... Is this split? It's not. If I just conquered it... I can't do right now. And why not? Because relations are too high. That's right. Industrialists petition government. Representing its constituents in the Industrialists, Iranu Evangelista de Souza has issued a formal petition to the Brazilian government to pass no migration controls. One more matter for the day, sir. Members of your constituency arrived this morning. They're asking rather loudly and insistently if you would meet with them about new legislation. Is that it? Goodness, you seem as if you've seen a ghost. I'm sure we can spare the last hours of the light for them, can't I? I believe so, sir. They weren't taking no for an answer. We'll see what I can do. I don't want to do that. No one likes no migration controls. I could offer them free trade as a compromise. You must understand the present situation does not allow for this. I'm going to offer them free trade as a compromise. We're going to do it. The rural folk like us a lot. They're going to like us a lot less in a minute, but that's progress, baby. Let's get started. And a donation of knowledge. Iranu Evangelista de Sousa has offered to spend some of their personal wealth to fund the creation of a university in Bahia, though this will likely give the industrialists some influence. The Iranu Evangelista de Sousa University will be a proud bastion of learning in these times of rapid progress, where knowledge truly is power. We can't give them a platform, this makes them a little salty, or a wonderful idea, this makes them a little stronger and gets a free university. You know I'm going to go for a free university. We need this innovation, and we need it badly. So, I'm definitely going to do that. We've moved up in rank to position 165 as our economy has continued to grow, and we annexed this territory, so that's helping a lot. Go ahead and get going here. What if I just said be my protector? They will not accept. It's not that much infamy, though, and they've got 13 battalions. I think I can take them. The Argentine Confederation certainly will not stand against us. They're far too weak for that. Chile could fight. And I might have trouble if I had to fight Chile. But we'll see. I think I can take them. I've got 39 battalions now. And these armies... Oh, I have a new fleet. Oh, excellent. Close out and put it in the other fleet, but... And this army... I think I can get rid of it. Interest groups are overall feeling good. Diplomatic play over in Austria, but I'm not paying attention to that. Let's see what's going on in Europe. Let's take a quick look at Europe. Oop, we got an event happening. In a second, we'll take a quick look at Europe. The minor interests. Regardless of the governing caucus's stance, the fiercest debates on free trade come between these two. The rural folk and populists stirred up by Paulo Constance's movement. The end is nowhere in sight. Once in a blue moon, the government sees a minor issue to appease an ally or placate an enemy, and invariably it crosses someone else's line. Some might call enemy of my enemy and expect an alliance of convenience. Others often rightly expect a velveteen fistfight. Let them bicker. 33% chance of increase for... So Constant is... He aligns with the Industrialists. So 33% chance of stronger Industrialists, angry rural folk. 33% chance of angry Industrialists, stronger rural folk. Or 33% chance of lower stratum pops, become more radical. Don't love any of those. Take advantage of the populist pressure. Extra political movement radicalism for constant and extra popularity. Rural folk get wasted shot, or back the rural folk. He gets extra radicalism and reduced radicalism and reduced popularity, and rural folk get happy small victories. I'm going to back the rural folk. Having happy rural folk is very important when you're trying to make free trade happen. Alright, so Europe. Queen Victoria is still ruling Great Britain. Well-voting monarchy, nothing shocking about that. They're doing big ultra-liberalism. They privatized their schools. Yep, everything's looking okay here. France, let me see. Okay, we got Louis Napoleon Bonaparte heading things up. Another well-voting monarchy. Alright. Austria, still headed up by Franz Joseph von Habsburg. Right, not shocking. Autocratic monarchy, not doing anything strange there yet. It's only 1855. And then Prussia, absolute monarchy, King Friedrich Wilhelm von Hohenzollern. And, yeah, autocratic monarchy. Racial segregation, oh, that's interesting. Slightly more liberal than other places, than equivalent locations. Alright. You know what? I think we're going to do this. We're at 0 infamy. It's time to, well, hold on. Botched a boycott. Seeking support amongst his sympathizers, Gaspar Rondon has organized a boycott against the free trade law. On the day it was to begin, there was barely any sign it had been declared at all. Some had taken due lessons from the Third Estate. Quantity was a quality all its own. If you had enough bodies to support whatever your cause was, nobody could stop you. Unfortunately for the few, there was a lesson they hadn't learnt. People needed to either like you or like your cause. You inform the printers about his blunder. Rondon gets public faux pas, so he's the leader of the Industrialists. Reduce strength, attraction, and popularity, and we get full house support while free trade is being enacted. Alright, interesting. Or everyone has a price for fealty. Industrialists happy. Small cost for 5 years. Extra enactment chance. I'm going to do the second one. I'm going to shell out some cash to get myself some happier Industrialists. I know it doesn't influence all that much, but, you know, it's alright. With that having been said, I think that is going to be everything for this episode. We took over our puppet. We took some more territory from Peru-Bolivia. And, yeah, we're looking at further expansion. But that's going to be it for now. I've had fun. I hope you all have had fun as well. And I will see you on the other side.